Hey guys, welcome to the Next Generation podcast, a space run by young people for young people, where we talk about stuff that actually matters to us, whether it's things we deal with every day or big issues shaping our world. Just a quick heads up, some of the things we will talk about today might be a bit sensitive or triggering. If anything makes you feel upset or worried, please don't keep it to yourself. Talk to a trusted adult. Thank you so much for being here and let's get started. This is Next Generation Podcast.
Just watched a really good video presented by the police, and it explores the topic of county lines and how easy it is to get caught up in county lines. So what did you think of the video?
I think the video is I think it's good and it's realistic. The video shows you about how it is in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen anything like this before?
I've experienced it myself.
Have?
Yeah. So that's why I feel like it's really realistic because it's similar to what I went through. So yeah.
So when you say experience it, how did you experience it?
It wasn't like drugs stuff. It was in like a different type of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can relate to that story on a first-hand basis.
Yeah.
So was it upsetting to watch?
I mean, a bit, because I can kind of understand how the person. Also, I know it's acting and stuff, but I know how the person, the character felt, because also I've been through the same thing, so I understand how they felt and stuff like that. Yeah.
And have you come out of that kind of county line? So you no longer caught up with those types of people?
Yeah, I'm not caught up with it anymore.
Yeah. And do you know anyone who is?
What do you say?
Do you know anyone who is caught up in?
Not right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How did it make you feel being part of that?
I mean, it was upsetting, but it was hard to get out of. They said, she said, yeah, it is really hard to get out of once we're in it, and yeah.
So, if you were to come across another young person, could you see the signs?
Yeah.
And tell them not to go there?
Yeah, because for me, it was going on for 4 years.
Yeah.
So from when I was 10
to
from when I was 10 to when I was 13, so 2021 to 2024. So obviously, so I think I would be able to tell because that's, yeah.
You know what, I should stop here. We're doing an interview, but I don't know who's going to listen. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is... I was just going to... I thought you were just going to talk about, the video was good. Yeah, it's fun. But actually, this is serious.
Yeah.
So, you got caught up during COVID then?
Yeah, kind of. When it was kind of finishing. Yeah.
And when that happened to you, were you in a particular place emotionally and,
I mean, obviously my dad wasn't really around. He was kind of absent and stuff. Well, he was there, but he was kind of in and out. So he was kind of how do I explain it? He was kind of he would see me 1 week and he'll see me the next week and he'll just stop seeing me for a long time and then start seeing me again. So he was inconsistent and stuff like that. And then because of issues around that and other issues and school and friends and all of that, I just felt I just needed someone to be there for me. And the girl who's the one that groomed me, she was there for me, so when I needed her. So that's why I felt I could trust her and stuff. But yeah.
And how old was she?
So when I was 10, she was 13, and now I'm 14, she's 16, turning 17 this year.
And was she in the gang at the time?
I'm not sure, but it wasn't really around drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was just...
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now how old are you now?
14.
How do you feel about it now?
Now I feel because the thing is, that my mum did warn the police about, but they didn't really do anything. So, so obviously my mum was telling me just stop talking to her. I did stop talking to her, but what she would do is she would keep on calling me non-stop. She would she bought a whole new SIM card just to call me. Like, she would do weird stuff like that to the point where it was really hard for me to just avoid talking to her. Like, people would say to me, like, just stop talking to her, but I found it really difficult because she would do stuff like that and it would just, like, really annoying. Like, she'd basically harass me and, like, stuff like that, and it was just too much. So I just felt like I had to just go along with it.
And you spoke to your mum.
Yeah.
What did your mum say?
About what?
Just the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she was like, my mum was like really upset, and she was trying to like warn me that like she doesn't have good intentions, stuff like that. But also, I didn't see it at the time. I just thought she just was my friend, and she just like, yeah, because she didn't really have friends herself. So like, I felt like every time I would need someone, she would always be there for me. So I just felt like I could just trust her and stuff like that, and she would always be there for me. So stuff like that.
And is she still there now?
I'm not friends with her anymore, but she is around.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm from London. I'm not from here.
So this is London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then because of what happened, I got put into care, and that's where I am now. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, sorry. So she just got me upset. So.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the mum in me's come out. Sorry.
It's fine.
Do you see your mum much?
Yeah, I see her every other weekend. I go on Friday and I come back Sunday, so I'll like stay there for like the weekend and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you see your dad?
I see my dad when I go to my mum on the weekend.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start to change it to the weekend. I don't see my mum. I'll see my dad that time.
That'd
But
be nice.
my dad is trying to like be a bit more consistent in my life. So yeah.
And how do you find being in Bedford, going for what you're going through? Because you're still going through something. You're in the care system. So it's not, even though you might have left that space, what you're going through is still hard.
Yeah, it's still hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just trying my best. So.
And are you looking after your mental health?
I don't really know how to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they provide support for you?
I mean, I have a therapist that comes every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And like I talk to her for a bit, and like that kind of helps.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been in your position. Yeah, I've never been, and I can imagine it's so hard. Yeah, I really can. All I can say is to look after yourself. Really look after yourself. And if you ever feel like things aren't going for you, reach out to Kempston Youth Club, somebody here, and we'll try and provide some support for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you been here before?
I've been here twice.
Twice.
First to look around, and the second time like properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you find it?
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, try and keep connected here, and if you're struggling, reach out, talk to somebody here. Yeah.
Okay.
Because as I said, I've never been in your position, but I know that what you have done or going through, 99% of adults haven't been through. It's really hard. Yeah, and I'm going to acknowledge it to be hard. And you need support. You need to look after your mental health and just look after you. And I think you're really brave to just tell us your story and share it. To just take care of yourself. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you. Thanks
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Hi, so my name's Emily. I work for Bedfordshire Police. I'm a police community support officer on the education and diversion team. So it's my job to go into schools and work with young people and educate them about the law, the dangers that are out there and how to keep themselves as safe as possible. I've been in the police just over 18 years. So I spent 15 and a half of those years out in the streets with my stab vest on, police radio, dealing with incidents out in the community. But now I'm doing this role. I'll be doing it for nearly 3 years. Okay, what's the first question? So look, what does County Line's activity look like locally in Bedford right now? So we have got quite a few local gangs in Bedford specifically. We've got around 4, I think, at the moment, 4 mapped gangs at the moment. And obviously we're always busy with them and monitoring tensions. There's nothing major going on hugely at the moment. Thankfully, it's a little quieter. But so like the common signs to look out for generally are the same as across the country really. So it is going to be those young people that go missing regularly. Who are, maybe suddenly have got lots of money to spend and they don't have a job or anyway, they're not getting it from parents, getting like new things like mobile phone, new clothes, able to go out and get like takeaways all the time. And they're like often in and out of the house regularly, got a new mobile phone maybe that they're like looking at and they're quite secretive about. So it's all of the kind of usual signs. The age groups affected, I would say sort of 14, 15, 16-year-olds, 17, and plus are most affected. But we have got people as young as 11, 12 getting involved as well, unfortunately. And that would be the change that I've probably seen it feels like it's getting younger. The younger children are involved in it and sort of almost idolise it, look up to it, unfortunately, and see that as almost as a living, as a way of life. Next question then. So how are children and vulnerable adults in Bedford being identified and safeguarded rather than criminalised? That's a really good question. So we work obviously with lots of partner agencies, with social services, with youth offending services, and lots of like community interest groups who do a lot of work with young people. So I guess that's like a big part of our team is we don't really want to criminalise young people. No one does. And so when we think that they're involved, or schools certainly, they will make referrals into all of these agencies, and we will all get together. There's lots of multi-agency meetings where we discuss all these young people and make a plan of action and how to support them and their families as best as possible to try and make sure that they don't go down that path and try and draw them out. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, unfortunately, they just will not listen to us, and we can't save all of them. But we do. There's a lot of work that goes on in the background that people will have no idea that goes on to try and help these young people and their families, and because it does affect the family as well. To try and make sure that they don't go down that path. So we do it from very early years. So our team as itself, we will go into primary schools. We talk about knife crime. We talk about county lines to primary school age children, more year 5 and year 6, so that we're starting early so that they understand and the dangers of it and spot the signs and understand what it is. And then obviously we're going into secondary schools very often as well, doing lots of one-to-one work with young people who are, vulnerable to exploitation or who there have been concerns raised already, and trying to give them education around it, and understanding like what it's about. And so that's part of this, the VR headsets itself, is we going into schools with these as well. And it's been an amazing tool to really get through to young people because it's on their level. They love headsets anyway, don't they, at home? So it's been a really good way of getting through to them. What's the next one? What are the main warning signs that parents, carers, schools and community groups should look out for? So we've already spoken about quite a few of them, but certainly like changes in behaviour, like any unexplained money or gifts or like clothing. Again, missing episodes is quite a big one, going missing. But yeah, we've spoken, any new items that aren't accounted for, you can't understand. Vapes and things like that, starting to go down that route. And obviously lots of like any suspicious behaviour, like being secretive, just changing their behaviour in any way, shape or form, it kind of should start sort of picking up those red flags for you. How can community members safely report concerns about suspected county lines activity in Bedford? So absolutely, you can contact the police. Obviously, if there's an incident happening there and then, you can ring 999 if it's an emergency, or 101 is a non-emergency police number. But you can go online as well now and do an online chat or put in an online form about any crime that you want to report to us as well, or concerns. There are also ways to do that anonymously. So young people can go to fearless.org and report things on there. That none of their details will be taken, but the information will be passed on to the police so that we can go out and safeguard these young people and help them. So I guess those are the main ways. And what happens after a report is made. So initially it will probably get put on as intelligence, and it will be looked into by our intelligence bureau to see what else is known about that young person. If they're involved with social services, it may flag up that a report needs to be sent to social services so that they're aware as well. And again, it will probably start rolling that ball of having multi-agency meetings with lots of different agencies who work together to try and combat it and make sure that young person is safeguarded, depending on what information it is that we've got through. How are the police working with local schools, councils, youth services, housing providers and community organisations to prevent county lines recruitment? And where the gaps still exist? So we obviously go into schools, our team, every day, all day long. We're in schools and colleges, all the way from like tiny little tots all the way up to university. We go into schools and we are consistently and constantly educating young people and teachers. So we do training as well. Around all the signs to spot, what to look out for, what the dangers are and the possible consequences. Certainly around knife crime and county lines is a big thing that we talk about as well. We do quite a bit of work with like youth services, and obviously I'm trying to think what they're called now. So we do a lot of work with youth services, and also with the council. So, social services are very heavily involved with us. If we've got a young person we're concerned about, we all work together to try and combat that. We do a lot of projects as well. So in schools and with other sort of agencies like community interest companies and charities. So we'll go and visit them as well and give information out and do a lot of work around that. To prevent county lines recruitment. So we also have like a team called the Bosun team. And so they are a proactive team that go out on the streets and actively, I guess, look for young people that could be being involved, who could be drug dealing, and, search them. And we may well have to arrest them if they've got drugs on them, of course. But obviously they're very well aware that these young people really are a victim of exploitation. And so, whilst they may get arrested initially, we won't always treat them as a criminal. We will look to try and support them. And if we've got proof that they have been exploited and coerced and forced into doing this kind of stuff, then there's a lot of help available out there to them to get them out of that world. And so if anyone was ever to come forward saying that they wanted that help, then absolutely we would, as long with other agencies, do everything we could to try and help them come out of that world. We do a lot of work with Everyone's Gang as well here in Kempston. And they've been really great to get through to the kids, and it's great having organisations like that are separate to the police, because obviously a lot of young people don't feel comfortable necessarily talking to us, but it is really important that you've got people with lived experience who can get through to these young people and show them the realities of that world, and how actually it's not worth it, and you can go out there and do great things. You don't need to be drawn into criminality to make money.
This is Next Generation Podcast, a sporting aid project